Despite the different views in the field of spirituality, there are some varying interpretations of the fifth dimension. Some people believe that the fifth dimension is a physical place. However, it is not a physical place and cannot be located by coordinates. The fifth dimension is linked to an understanding that goes beyond the three basic axes: height, width, and length. Its understanding also goes beyond time. The fifth dimension represents a state of expanded consciousness and transcendence of the spirit. It is a state of being, a level of consciousness that you embody. Life in the fifth dimension is a transcendent experience, marked by a profound change in perception and interaction with reality. In this state of existence, consciousness expands beyond the limitations of matter and linear time, embracing a reality where everything is interconnected in a web of energy and consciousness. Here, emotions and thoughts are not just personal reactions, but forces that have the power to shape reality. Every thought and feeling emits a vibration that interacts with the surrounding energy field, influencing the environment and other beings. This creates a greater responsibility in the choice of thoughts and feelings, as they have a direct impact on the reality experienced. Although it sounds abstract, the fifth dimension is seen as a higher state of mind, associated with healing, personal transformation, and spiritual awakening. In addition, it is linked to collective consciousness, suggesting that humanity, through it, will be able to achieve a more harmonious vision of existence. Many believe that humanity is going through this process of change now. Although the fifth dimension involves an individual process, it is also about the collective, as it is linked to people's perceptions. As such, some can reach it easily, while others take a little longer. But if the fifth dimension is not a physical place, why do we talk about a process of earth transition? Even though there is no specific date, people are becoming more and more concerned with their spiritual side. As a result, the connection with spirituality is becoming stronger and the expansion of the mind is being achieved. In other words, more and more people are on this path of spiritual evolution, and once everyone is aware of this, the earth will move into the fifth dimension. However, despite the growth in the search for this evolution, there is still a long way to go. Not least because many people still don't believe in the concept of the fifth dimension. But did you know that there are already beings from this dimension among us? Since the process of expanding the mind is something personal, there are already some beings who have achieved this and live in the fifth dimension. According to each religious segment, these beings are given different names. Most commonly among us, we call them chosen ones, or beings of light. As such, they have a very high vibration, and their level of understanding and wisdom in relation to existence is higher. However, regardless of their name, they are always described as beings who guide and support us on our spiritual journey. Likewise, many are seen as agents of healing, as they also help us to grow personally. And guess what? If you identify yourself as a chosen one, you may already be living there and not even know it. So how do you know if you're living in this new dimension? My dear chosen friends, if you experience the signs we will discuss below, you are already living in a fifth dimension world. Here are some of the signs. If you feel that the world around you is falling apart, remember that you are not alone. We, the chosen ones, are living through extraordinary times. It's not a period of destruction, but an awakening, a divine transformation. As the saying goes, the night is darkest before the dawn. We live in a three-dimensional reality, a physical world that we can touch, see, and hear. However, as the earth and its inhabitants evolve, we are moving into the fifth dimension, a non-physical reality, accessible mainly to the chosen ones, those who are spiritually awake. It's a place where love overcomes fear and unity replaces separation. On this journey, your senses become sharper, tuning into new frequencies. Your perceptions expand, allowing you to see the invisible and hear the inaudible. Our physical bodies are also being prepared by the higher plane for the transition, to vibrate more in the light and less in dense energy. This is why we sometimes feel different sensations, such as malaise, insomnia, tiredness, mood swings, and even some pain. Discomfort and physical pain such as joint pain, migraines, diarrhea, nausea, dizziness. These symptoms arise because the body is in transition and we often eat too much heavy food, and the body needs to detoxify in order to maintain a more subtle energy. Symptoms such as drowsiness will also be frequent, as well as changes in body temperature, sometimes too hot and sometimes too cold. Exhaustion will be common due to the stress on the body, which needs to learn to realign itself with this new energy. Try to drink plenty of water and maintain a healthier diet. Your nervous system will also be shaken, and you will experience intense nervousness and anxiety attacks, which can produce sensations of electrical waves in your body. It's like updating your soul's software. And, as with any upgrade, you may experience some problems, known as Ascension symptoms. People around you may report strange sensations, emotional changes, or unexpected health problems. Although some may see these as coincidences, they are actually signs of a profound change, the upgrading of our spiritual and physical systems. This phenomenon is not something to be feared. It is a celestial alignment with your higher self. For ascension to happen, the work of facing your shadows is inevitable. In simple terms, you need to confront your fears, face your pain, and explore your darkest side. By embracing the darkness within you, find the courage to step into the light and ascend. One of the most challenging aspects of this transformation is the dissolution of the old, the crumbling of the three-dimensional life you knew. Relationships can end, careers can change, and friendships can dissolve. Relationships collapse, causing the sudden end of friendships and unions that you thought were solid. One of the factors for this is dependency, or the fact that you are being prevented from expressing yourself as you really are. This can possibly cause deep pain. As difficult as this can be, it is a necessary part of the process. As the three-dimensional elements of your life disintegrate, they make room for the realities of the fifth dimension to take shape. It's not easy to let go. It's human to feel attached to the familiar. However, the pain of saying goodbye pales in comparison to the joy of finding your transformed self. When you reach the other side of this transformative journey, you'll realize that your new life is the one you always dreamed of. In essence, your life isn't falling apart. It's realigning with a grand design, a greater purpose. It is making way for the truest, most courageous, and enlightened version of you, the chosen one. Hold firm to your vision, but detach yourself from your circumstances. Your previous life is not falling apart. It is shedding its leaves to allow a stronger, more beautiful tree to grow in its place. As you rise spiritually into the realm of the fifth dimension, your soul becomes sensitive and attuned to different frequencies and vibrations. During this spiritual upgrade, the toxins in your life begin to stand out clearly. These toxins are not just limited to substances such as alcohol or junk food. They also include toxic relationships, harmful environments, and even negative thought patterns. As a chosen one, you are undergoing a profound transformation. Purifying your life involves letting go of everything that doesn't resonate with your new vibration. Relationships that once seemed normal now reveal their true colors, proving to be energy drains and obstructions on your spiritual path. Environments that once seemed comfortable now prove to be suffocating and inhibit your growth. If you notice that criticism or praise no longer affects your emotions, this is a clear sign that your ego has diminished. This indicates that you are less attached to the opinions of others and more in tune with your inner truth. This state of neutrality, where there is no ego to be hurt, shows that you have entered the world of 5D. At this level of consciousness, you become more focused on your own path and less dependent on external validation or disapproval. This detachment from ego-driven responses represents a huge step forward in your personal and spiritual growth. To put it simply, these elements are no longer in harmony with you. Your body may respond by feeling unwell, your mood may worsen, and you may find yourself more irritable than usual. You become like a perfectly tuned instrument, and the toxins are the out-of-tune notes. It may seem contradictory, but distancing yourself from certain people or situations can be the most loving act you can do for yourself and for them. Setting limits is an act of courage and self-love, even if it means running the risk of disappointing others. As chosen ones, you already understand that you have no control over other people's actions and have abandoned trying to change others directly. Instead, you strive to ensure that your examples inspire change in others. You no longer fight. You prefer dialogue. Entering the fifth dimension, for example, is impossible for a couple who constantly argue over trivial reasons, such as jealousy and fear. They know that betrayal is not a problem for the betrayed, but for the betrayer, because they are the ones facing a serious problem in their lives. You have stopped judging yourself and others. You don't see people as good or bad. Instead, you adopt a neutral stance towards various behaviors and emotions, recognizing that each person has their own perspective. You understand that the tendency to label is just a function of the brain, and that in essence, nothing is intrinsically good or bad. By distancing yourself from toxicity, you're not stopping loving or caring about these people or situations. You're saying that you love yourself more, and there's nothing wrong with that. Prioritizing your well-being isn't selfish, it's essential. If you don't preserve your inner peace, who will? Your mental balance is fundamental to your well-being. When your mind is calm, your body adjusts, and your spirit soars. Adopting a life in the fifth dimension means valuing your peace of mind above all else. You understand that your mental health is your true treasure, the foundation of a prosperous life. As a chosen one, this purification process has an even deeper meaning. Your goal is not just personal growth. You are a guide, helping others navigate through these times of transformation. To fulfill this role, it is vital that your light remains strong. A lighthouse cannot guide ships if its light is out. Being true to your essence is a priceless gift to the world. By moving away from negativity, you gain the clarity you need to guide others. You become living proof that transformation is possible, showing people not just a better way, but a higher, more harmonious reality. You notice a marked improvement in your psychic abilities. With Ascension, your intuitive abilities have increased significantly. You now understand messages and receive guidance from your enhanced intuition, allowing you to perceive things beyond the reach of ordinary beings. Making decisions becomes simpler as you rely more on your inner guidance system, aligned with higher dimensional frequencies. This intuitive clarity makes it easier for you to navigate through life, often anticipating events before they occur or understanding the deeper reasons behind them. In a world full of noise, chaos, and distractions, have you ever felt an irresistible attraction to nature? A deep desire that takes you to forests, mountains, or oceans? These elements, which have sustained life since the dawn of time, are calling you, and there is a spiritual reason for this. Nature recognizes your soul and knows that you are here to take part in something great, a collective shift to a new earth, a fifth dimension reality. Your body is changing. You have become more sensitive to chemicals, experiencing skin irritations and allergies. Synthetic foods are no longer tolerated as they once were. Pains, colds, flu, stomach problems, blurred vision, ringing in the ears, and unusual headaches have become frequent. Your mind is expanding. You are actively filtering the news and trying to disconnect from the fear and depression it causes. You've noticed the vast amount of lies and fraud in global politics. You're remembering childhood passions and rediscovering creative outlets you'd forgotten about. The imprint of your soul is changing. You're seeking calmer ways of being, and you're moving away from friends, colleagues, and family who lower your vibration. Meditation, yoga, healing therapies, and closeness to nature have become attractive like never before. You are aware of fluctuations in your perception of time. As you disconnect from the matrix and the holographic third dimension, flowing with cosmic waves, you feel this recalibration of the mind, body, soul, which is not easy. You've given up eating heavy foods. In this transition, your once carbon-based body is transforming into a lighter crystalline body. As your vibration rises and you ascend to higher states of consciousness, your food preferences naturally change. Many people in the process of spiritual awakening notice that their bodies begin to prefer lighter, simpler foods, and the desire for heavy meats, processed foods, and excess sugar decreases. This is because their cells are vibrating at a higher frequency. Your body instinctively seeks out lighter foods to align with this new elevated state. Organic and plant-based foods, such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, and whole grains, offer the nutrients needed for a system that operates at a higher vibration. In addition, you may be attracted to more live foods, such as kale, raw vegetables, and fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, and kombucha, which contain digestive enzymes and probiotics that support the health of the gut microbiome. A healthy gut maximizes the absorption of nutrients and helps eliminate toxins from the body. By adopting a higher consciousness associated with 5D and beyond, meeting your body's nutritional needs allows you to feel energized and mentally clear. You may notice that you no longer react in the same way to heavy foods, or have the same cravings for excess fat, salt, or sugar. Your palate evolves along with your vibration. Let your intuition guide you towards a diet that supports the development of your spirit. You become less impressed by money, status, or possessions, and begin to value personal fulfillment, creativity, and positive contribution more. You want your life's path to reflect your true essence. Any distraction from this mission becomes exhausting. This longing for authenticity is a sign that you are awakening to the higher consciousness of 5D. Your soul yearns to express itself fully, without compromising your values or your truth. By following this inner call, you will attract more blessings, synchronicities, and peace into your life. This transformation is an invitation to courageously honor your deepest truths. The chosen ones understand that they have the power to shape their realities through focused intentions. They don't make requests at random. Their desires are deep, powerful, and intentional, for it is in this way that they are able to communicate with nature and bring miracles into being. The connection goes beyond natural beauty. It's about the intrinsic wisdom present in every leaf, stone, and wave. But why does nature call them? It's not just for a moment of rest or a nice photo for social media. It's an invitation to explore your deepest self and align with your purpose of healing and growth. Mother Earth recognizes the special light you possess and wants to help you intensify it. Whether meditating in a serene lake or gaining clarity on a mountaintop, nature acts as a cosmic tuner, adjusting your frequency and aligning you with higher vibrations and deeper wisdom. You begin to understand that separation is an illusion and that everything is interconnected. As you ascend to another dimension, You perceive the hidden patterns in nature and recognize that the apparent separation in the ordinary world is just an illusion. We are all made of the same atomic particles, only manifested in different forms of energy. With the dissolution of this illusion of separation, you feel a deep connection with others and with the universe. This feeling of unity goes beyond a simple philosophical idea and becomes a practical, everyday experience that guides your interactions and decisions. If you feel a strong call from nature, know that you are not just a visitor, but a true guardian of the earth. You have been chosen to help transform the planet into a higher state of being. Your relationship with nature is not just an exchange, it is a symbiotic partnership. While the earth offers you peace, wisdom, and healing, your energies in return also strengthen the planet. When you feel the urge to walk through a forest or sit by a lake, remember that you're not running away from reality. You're diving deeper into your purpose. You are a vital part of nature, and at the same time, a crucial part of its future. A future that promises a harmonious integration of spiritual growth and earthly beauty. Ultimately, there is no greater gift than love. As you connect more deeply with nature and strengthen your bond with the earth, you will realize that another type of relationship also needs your attention. Emotional connections are those that resonate not just in the mind or body, but in the core of your soul. In a three-dimensional world focused on materialism and superficiality, interactions often remain on the surface. Whether it's a casual conversation with a neighbor, a social event, or even a quick exchange of messages, it's easy to keep things superficial, discussing topics that reveal little about who we really are. However, as you raise your consciousness, you'll find that this is no longer enough. Your soul begins to yearn for depth, for something more substantial and genuinely authentic. You now understand that happiness does not lie in the future, as you have been taught since childhood. You know that true happiness lies in the now and is called gratitude. You no longer seek happiness, because you understand that anyone who seeks happiness is actually saying that they are unhappy. You feel happy because you know that everything happens in the dynamic present. When you elevate your spirit, you begin to understand a new form of communication, one that doesn't depend on words, because it speaks directly to the soul. This communication doesn't manifest itself in grandiose gestures or long conversations. It reveals itself in a simple smile, a touch of empathy, a moment of shared silence that conveys more than 1,000 words ever could. As you adjust to this higher frequency, you will begin to attract relationships that vibrate to the same tune. These could be twin flames or spiritual companions who accompany you on your life journey. Unlike ordinary relationships, these connections are full of purpose. They are not always romantic. In fact, soulful relationships can manifest in many ways. True friendships, mentoring, deep family ties, or even through media such as this channel. To get through this process of transition to the fifth dimension more smoothly, it is essential to accept what is happening without feeling angry or guilty. Move forward, avoiding getting stuck in pain, suffering, and self-pity. Maintain joy at all costs. Be grateful for everything that sustains your life. Develop unconditional love, and above all, maintain balance. This will allow you to go through this experience of integration into the fifth dimension, celebrating joy and the power of unconditional love. Believe that by finding new ways of living and adapting to the new energy, you will rediscover the joy and happiness of being alive. To do this, you need to be attentive and prepared for the transition. Monitor your thoughts and attitudes. Think positively to attract good and ward off evil. Develop more understanding, acceptance, and love for people, removing hurt, resentment, and hatred. Speak words that emanate positivity and acceptance. Let go of material things. Value the people around you more. Take more care of nature and eat a higher quality diet. Read books, texts and messages with New Age teachings. Listen to music that transmits joy, tranquility, and love to your heart. Pray, meditate, and help other people in any way you can, whether through donations, friendly words, smiles, or guidance. Avoid criticizing and judging others. With faith, trust, and the conviction that you are choosing the side of the light, you will have the peace of mind you need to overcome this stage. To make a successful transition to the new era, we need to carry out an intimate and moral reform, not just focus on technological and intellectual advances. For millions of years, the Earth has suffered interdimensional interventions that have locked us into a controlling and unjust reality, exploiting life through social inequality. It's time to overcome these limitations and embrace a future of balance, love, and true connection with the divine. When the chosen ones choose to experience evolution from a victim's perspective, where they don't recognize their responsibility for the reality they create, they end up manifesting an external world that reflects their beliefs and feelings. Even if unconscious, these beliefs attract situations of pain, suffering, discomfort, and limitations. In this way, evolution takes place in a long and painful way, because changes take place over long periods, or through many incarnations, always accompanied by a significant amount of suffering. At this crucial moment for humanity's evolution, a growing number of conscious people are emerging to challenge the injustices of the old consciousness that created the world as we know it today, and progressively break it in half. This is why we are witnessing more and more instability in the financial system, accelerated climate change, and dwindling natural resources. There is a collapse of the old exploitative consciousness and a shift, a realignment of this energy to higher states of consciousness, specifically the fifth dimension. At this time of planetary transition to the fifth dimension, something truly revolutionary is happening. A large group of chosen ones all over the planet are taking advantage of this period of profound transformation, awakening and making the decision to make evolution a conscious and responsible choice with less discomfort. For this to happen, it is necessary to learn to open up to the divine self and to master the lower frequencies. Assuming one's own greatness and being a responsible creator of one's own reality is a lifestyle, a different way of looking at oneself, others, and life's events, using the attitudes and tools necessary to create new possibilities. Many chosen ones are choosing to make a quantum leap in their lives, to reclaim their personal power, expand their consciousness, and open up to access the potential of the divine being that they are. They are learning to manipulate the quantum field and create new realities for their lives. And you, chosen one, what will you decide? If you're experiencing most of these signs, congratulations. You're already living in the fifth dimension, a higher dimension. But if you're exhibiting just a few of these signs, you're on your way to entering the fifth dimension. Let me know in the comments which signs you've been observing. If you found this video interesting and informative, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching to the end.